Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play series, and today we're going to be going into Halatali hard mode. I started this last night. I have not played this since last night because I learned my lesson last time on not waiting till the very last day. This has an item level of 55, you'll have that no doubt by this point in the game. And this is a pretty short dungeon all in all. I mean, it's probably only took about, what, 20-some minutes, and that was only because we had a few AFKs in the middle of it. I mean, this was a really fun run, just because the other three in the group were all a pre-made. I didn't know that at the beginning. In the beginning, I only knew that at least two of them were, but it turns out that all three of them were in the same free company or link shell something or other, I don't quite know. But there was a lot of banter throughout the whole thing, so there's going to be a lot of beeping, so if that annoys you, well, just know that we're cracking jokes. You know, cracking wise. It always helps. Not to mention the numerous lewd comments in the chat, but I'm not going to get too far into that. Mostly it was the healer telling the tank that hurry up, and I was kind of actually for once agreeing with them. Like, I never imagined that I would be the guy like, can we please just pull like everything? Because I always thought I hated AoEing as a monk, right? But since I've been doing it so much recently, I've kind of gotten used to it and gotten pretty decent at it. Not good, but decent. It's a work in progress. Oh, by the way, there's a tip here for anybody new like me. Don't stand underneath that crap that you saw pounding into the ground. That hurts. Conversely, if you get enemies underneath it, it does hurt them as well and gives them a stacking debuff. I think that ups their damage taken or something or other. I wasn't quite sure what was going on, because I was pretty sure I saw eye for an eye go up on the tank, which usually means that they're going to keep running and pull a lot of things. But our tank was a bit less confident than that plan really called for, really. But that's fine, you know, I'm not going to fault a tank for not wanting to pull everything. I mean, heck man, on my tank, I don't want to pull everything. I mean, you can easily do it as a tank, I'm assuming, but it's, you don't really need to do it. Especially if you have I guess if you have two other people, I guess they just didn't trust me. Because that strategy kind of involves having good DPS, and I'm not gonna presume that I am good DPS, especially after what people have, let me know over the course of my DPSing career thus far. I think somebody said I was pushing like, what, 360 DPS? I don't really think that's good, but maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're not really arguing at this point. It was more just, pull more. No, pull more. Are we pulling more? Pull more, okay. But these were really fun guys. I mean, how many times in a dungeon have you ever been in a dungeon having everybody talk this much and then have somebody go, be right back, I have to go get a beer? Very rarely. Very, very rarely. I have no idea if these guys were in, like, TeamSpeak or anything. But I kind of assume they were. That was really close. Really probably should not have cut it quite that close. But, see, I'm starting to get the hang of this AoE thing. Look at all that damages. Look at all the damages. It's beautiful, isn't it? No, it really wasn't, because you messed up the first two global cooldowns of perfect balance. Shut up, I know that already. But I'm not doing terrible DPS. There we go, the Arm of the Destroyer spam. Watch my TP go down after I start that. But at least I'm starting to get better with the whole, you know, if I actually do get hit, I cover my own butt and don't just rely on the healer to do it. On that note, I am still terrible at using mantra. And I'm not proud of that either. It's just like, when do I even use it? Do I use it in the middle of trash pulls? Do I hold it for bosses? If I don't use it, then it's just a wasted ability. If I use it and it's just not the right time, then it's just a waste. I don't know. You're probably not sitting here, you know, wanting to hear me go, how do I play my class? No, you probably want to hear how you play the class, not me ask you how to do it. But yeah, beyond that, I don't remember any specific enemies in here you really gotta look out for, except maybe the second boss. And I'm really lucky I didn't just get crushed underneath that. But there is a specific thing in a boss fight later that you will want to know. Because if you don't do it, you're not probably gonna kill the group, you're just gonna make it a hell of a lot more difficult. I think that was the first or second boss. I think it was the second boss, right. There is no reason to be AoEing with two things. If you're wondering, like, why did you just use Rock Breaker on, like, two things? Because I was hoping to kill them both faster, even though it wasn't as TP efficient. I'm not a smart man sometimes with my rotations, folks. I've been known to screw up on my rotations from time to time. But hell, I at least pride myself on not being absolutely horrible. It's not a very... Oh, right, it was not this boss. This boss, if you had trouble with Coin Counter and Aurum Vale, you might have a little bit of trouble. He's not a difficult boss otherwise. He has one gimmick, and that gimmick is easy. Which turns out I had to be the one to actually do the gimmick the first time through, because they forgot, but then they picked up the slack afterwards. Well, I don't want to say slack. They did it afterwards. They probably thought, wow, this guy's actually doing mechanics. We should probably do that too. But yeah, starting off, you'll notice eventually this guy has a 100-ton swipe, 100-ton swing, or 1,000-ton, I don't remember what it was. Now you see that little thing on the outside? The 100-ton swing, don't sit by him, same as Aurum Vale, don't do that. As you can see, it doesn't really hurt all that much compared to the one in Aurum Vale, but I mean still. Okay, now this is the mechanic. What you want to do is go over to the Mammoth Activator, use the Mammoth Activator, and then wherever the heck the Mammoth is, you go over here and just sit here. As far as I understand it. Wait for him to use it. Wait for it. Boom, nothing. That's the gimmick. You've seen the entire fight now. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. Now the second boss is the one where I had a little bit of trouble because we didn't really coordinate that well because I wasn't on TeamSpeak, I wasn't on Ventrilo, I wasn't on whatever they were on, and it was a fun fight. Now, for this particular fight, like I said, you've seen pretty much all of it. It's just, basically Coin Counter 2.0. If you see swing as a melee, get away from it, or you don't have to, but to spare your healer some heartache, do it. And run back inside as soon as he's done, because he's going to be using that, melee thing. See what I'm talking about? They're getting the slack pulled back, you know? I think they finally realized that, well, see, Tank's trying to do some extra DPS there. And yes, folks, it is DPS, not DD. I know you played Final Fantasy XI, but if the game calls it DPS, it is in fact DPS, and there's nothing you can say about it. Now, you might be noticing I'm doing pretty poorly on my... Oh, what's it called? Oh, crap, I forgot what I was going to say. That was a really important point, too. I don't remember what I was going to say. Well, that sucks. It was prudent, too. I just have no idea what it was. Anyway, yeah, as you might notice, Mercy Stroke hits for quite a bit. So it's really quite worth it to get your Marauder up to level 26. It's not a lot of levels to get there, either. Like, I went all the way to 34 for Blood, but I didn't go all the way for, you know, Mercy Stroke. Okay, so the second area of the thing, I remember the third area was really easy. The second area I remember was like maybe the more challenging of the three areas. There's three areas, I think, and three bosses. Oh, excuse me. I think there's, yeah, this is where I think we went AFK. And, yeah, this is where we all went, well, he went AFK. Just sitting here waiting on the party. Let's see, everybody back. Oh, shit. That's pretty much how that went. Oh, damn. Somebody pulled. At this point, I'm like, do I hit it? Do I just let the mage die? What? Oh, friggin' hell. At this point, I see the Dragoon going for him. I'm like, okay, fine. We'll just kill it. We'll just pull without the tank in a level 50 dungeon. Surprisingly, went very well, I might add. This was when he was going to get a beer, I believe. We do not wait for beer breaks here, son. We keep on plowing through. I mean, this is not what I would prefer in a dungeon run. But hell, it's working, right? It can't be all wrong if it's working. It's just, like, this is one of those gauntlet pulls, where if you don't have a tank, this could get messy, if your DPS sucks. So I'm going to assume this Dragoon and me are at least somewhat near, you know, the same DPS capability, considering we're just like ping-ponging threat here off this quarrel, but Or somebody's ping-ponging the I think that I just, like, really screwed the tank there because I was trying to finish that one thing off. But oh well, whatever. I just dotted the thing up and had no earthly reason to be dotted up, considering it's gonna die really soon. Whoopsie. Old habits die hard. I do like dotting. I did have an Affliction Warlock in Burning Crusade, I believe. I didn't play him all that often, but I love my dots. Oh yeah, there's a treasure coffer in, I think, the left one over here? Well, the one I just did not look in. I'm pretty sure there is one. Anyway, I don't think it's really necessary if you don't want to go up there, but just so you know that. But yes, you'll notice from what I said last time about how it's the same dungeon that you're in, but it just feels a little different because you're going in a different place, you're fighting different enemies, and there's different things going on in the dungeon. Which I know a lot of people don't really care about, but I appreciate it when I see that it still feels different as opposed to just being like a higher number game. I don't like just seeing higher numbers, like tune difficulty that way. But, I mean, they're still tuning the numbers up, they're just making it feel like they're not just tuning the numbers up, if that makes sense. I am really screwing up my rotation. I notice I don't have twin snakes up half this pole. Oh boy. Well, at least I can hopefully take solace in the fact that I'm not the worst monk ever, maybe. Oh, this is hurting me inside physically whenever I say I don't use twin snakes. It physically hurts me. Oh well. This was... I guess I don't really have an excuse. I've been playing previous, so I can't just say, well, it'd been a week. No, it'd been like 2 days. I'm just not there. Being a casual sucks sometimes, okay? I was never a casual when I played World of Warcraft. I played 8 hours a day. Now I play like, what, 2 hours every 2 or 3 days? Yeah, that's quite a step. Now, this particular one is another endurance pull. It's not really difficult, it's just a matter of a lot of enemies, one after the other after another, or a gauntlet pull, if you will. So, it's just focus on the one you're gonna be killing first, and see, at least now I have twin snakes up, I don't feel as bad. Am I gonna let it fall off, though? That's the question. I let it fall, yep, I just let it fall off and didn't give a crap about it. Oh well. I mean, twin snakes is something I really just want to try and keep up on bosses, and that's a lot of stuff. Or at least not a lot, but that's more than before. Where'd that all come from? I thought, well, hopefully I can just, like, I don't know why that didn't crit. Oh, I was targeting the basilisk. I was like, why didn't that crit the bear in the butt? Because that was right there. I was targeting the other thing. That's what that was. Well, fine enough, I guess. I can't really give them any other entertaining commentary. I mean, we're doing trash pulls. What can I say about trash pulls other than just hit it really, really, really hard? That's it. As far as the actual dungeon goes, the next boss is without a doubt my least favorite of the dungeon, but it's not a difficult fight, if it makes sense. It's just, if you don't coordinate with your teammates, it can get very confusing very quickly at a certain point in the fight. Oh, excuse me for coughing there. I believe the next boss fight is after this next pole, maybe? I think through that door. Back there. After the lemurs and the vultures. I think there's an S there. There's 2 of them. Are we gonna pull this? Alright. More talking. I don't remember what it was, but... like I said, this was all last night, but okay, it doesn't matter. We're going anyway. I mean, there was not a negative word to be said in this whole instance. It was all joking around. And just, you know... busting each other's chops. Well, not mine. They're busting each other's chops, you know, like friends do from time to time. You know, only one more mistake is allowed by such and such, and most people probably could take that as, that's not very nice, but you can tell. Anyway, getting off of their own social dynamic, because I don't know them, you don't know them, nobody else knows these guys, unless you're watching this, in which case, this was a fun run, guys, whoever you are out there. But I'm not gonna bank on that happening. The second boss has a mechanic that all it requires you to do is, you remember Aurum Vale, the first and the last boss? It's kind of like that, but not really. What happens in the fight is, Catablius, I don't know how you pronounce that thing up there. Once it starts using, I think, Evil Eye or some kind of eye, What you're supposed to do is go to one of the 4 pedestals and click on the dark orb on it. Unfortunately, since there's 4 of us and 4 pedestals, you can imagine how well this goes. A shadow orb, right. But to be honest, you could probably just ignore this as long as your healer doesn't ignore this mechanic, then you might be screwed. So if you're a healer, make sure you grab one. Because without the healer, you're gonna get petrified. And being petrified is just not cool. I mean, who wants to be petrified, right? Okay, so one thing you're going to do, hopefully, is... See, I jumped the gun there a little bit. I'm like, wait. I knew the strategy, I just didn't know when. You want to focus target... Okay, I don't want to grab his. Crap, I don't want to grab his. Crap, okay, I'll let the white mage take that one. Crap, I'll get this one then. Oh, well, damn. See, that was my line of thinking. Exactly. Well, I don't want to take his. Well, I don't want to take his. Well, I don't... Oh, crap, there's that one, and it's too late. Oh. See, if we'd been on TeamSpeak, it would have been, grab the one on the west. Okay. Then we would have done that. But no, in a random group, it's probably not going to work out that well. Just going to tell you, somebody's probably going to get petrified. Even if that somebody's me, darn it. Because I'm the man that will do it when nobody else wants to. And don't forget to use your limit break, children. Your group will love you for it. But beyond that, I forgot all about the tainted eye because I didn't even know about it. Apparently, after at some point in the fight, his eye becomes targetable, and if you want to just negate that entire mechanic, just destroy his eye. You don't really have to do it, though. He dies very quickly, as you saw. And that's probably the most difficult of the bosses. And in the difficult way, I mean the most difficult to do the mechanics correctly, because if everybody tries to go to the same one, somebody's gonna mess up. Just know that if you're a DPS, if it's between you and the healer between getting one of those dark orbs, let the healer get the dark orb. They can assume or leeches that crap off of you. You cannot do the same for them. So now that we're all done thinking big picture and thinking nihilistically and getting ourselves killed like that, the third stage. The third stage is very, very easy. Why? Because it gives you, I think, 3 pulls that are like 2 to 3 enemies each. It's not difficult. It's just... You're not gonna die to this unless your group is really, really screwing around too much. I'm not quite sure why we had such reluctance to pull these things. I think they were strategizing on voice, but I was not privy to whatever they were talking about at the time. But yeah, I think we're just waiting. Don't remember why. So beyond that, the third boss. What was the third boss? I guess it doesn't matter now. The pull started. I was trying to remember what was the third boss even. And this is one of those instances of DPS I just go, whoopsie, I hit the wrong thing. I'll just start hitting what everybody else is hitting. These happen a lot more often than I really wish them to. As you notice, me and the Dragoon are just like hitting everything differently. Like we're just hitting different enemies. Don't know if that's good, but hell, at least I'm making some leeway on his enemies by using the AoE, right? That's something. Figure if there's at least 3, and I'm not in really desperate need of holding on to my TP, I might as well just throw some extra DPS on the other enemies, but I know it's not really what you call efficient. You're supposed to save that for 4 more. But, it's not gonna ruin you if you don't. Anyway, like I said, there's just 2 or 3 groups of these things. I think one of them has a Conjurer, a Marauder, and a... No, the Marauder has 2 Archers, and then I think this one has the Conjurer and the Gladiator? No. What was this one? This one was the Conjurer and the Gladiator. I guess I was right. It doesn't really matter which one of these things you take out first. I know the Conjurer will summon a giant circle on the ground that I'm assuming will either heal or buff the other one, but I think he has to cast it first. So, I mean, I don't think it really matters which one you go after, just as long as you kill one of them. I was focusing on the Gladiator for some reason, when I should have been focusing on the Conjurer. But as long as I make the correction, we'll do just fine. Remember to get all those AoEs, folks. I know. You don't have to tell me. But you gotta tell people in the Duty Finder, or they'll just sit in them all day. And I'm assuming you use the Duty Finder. How the hell do I have aggro? Okay, fine, I'm doing too much damage. Doing too much damages. See, I popped a Featherfoot. I haven't used that since like Brave Lux's long stop, but I popped it. It's very rare that I actually pop a defensive cooldown, because normally if I get aggro at this level, I just squish, and, well, I'm squished. I think this is the last pull before the final boss. I thought the Marauder and the 2 archers were the last one. If not, they're one of the last ones. And then after that, the final boss is easy, but there are some mechanics. I didn't have to deal with them, because I got very unlucky. I know a lot of people go, what? You'll know what I'm talking about when we get to the final boss, because I was the one that got hit by the mechanics. Through no fault of my own, I might add, for once. Oh, excuse me again. Again, it doesn't matter who you kill here, just regular enemies. The purpose of... Well, I'm sure some people are going to go, why are you even going through the hard mode stuff? Shouldn't you be, like, going through the Sunken Temple of Karn and doing your, you know, your story stuff? Yeah, I probably should. I'm not going to deny it, but... I want to unlock all the other dungeons first. And I will, because it's my own time. I know it's not a popular viewpoint, just because from a mathematical point of view, I should be going to the story thing so I can get the better gear, but oh well. I'm already at item level 105. I'm pretty fine right now. I mean, my entire left side is item level 90. And I'm at 105 if that tells you anything, so... That's really the only upgrades I have left on this character until I get to 60. Remapping the realm, Halatali, the final boss room. Oh, excuse me, now the final boss has 2 phases. One is the add phase, which you just start in, which is easy. The second one is the actual boss. Now, the first phase... I would recommend, personally, to kill the Lancer first, because he just runs around seemingly randomly. I don't know if it actually is or not, but he seems to just run around hickledy-pickledy, hitting whoever the heck he felt like. So I'd recommend you kill him first. Why am I leader? I just realized I'm leader. Okay, fine, whatever, I guess we pulled. I didn't notice I was leader in the party thing. Now, like I said, I'd recommend killing the not the archer, the frickin' Lancer, because he's just going ham on our healers right now, so I'm trying to take him down first. But it doesn't... I guess it might matter. I don't know if you kill the... Is there a healer here? Can't really see the names because of all the... Let's see, Lionheart, the Solemn. I'm guessing the Solemn is the healer. Well, you can out DPS his healing, if he even is healing, so don't even worry about it. Because if he is healing, he ain't healing very much. We had some really good DPS here, though. I mean, that Dragoon was just ripping it. Now, I'm not seeing where that thing's healing, but it's dead anyway. It doesn't matter. Now, of these two, you probably want to kill... Oh, what's his name? Not Narashima. You want to kill Mumuepo? Is that how you pronounce that, Mumuepo? I would recommend you kill the Beholder first. Because this thing has an attack that is really fragging annoying. Because you'll see it about 3 or 4 times throughout the fight. You'll know what I'm talking about here. Even though we're splitting the DPS, I don't know why, because we didn't coordinate this crap, I guess. What this thing will do is this. It will chain you. 2 people will be unable to move, period, until somebody right-clicks that thing right next to me, the big white thing. Yeah, right-click that, and then you can move and get out of this big AoE, which, truth be told, doesn't really hit all that hard, but you still don't want to make a habit of getting hit by it, you know? And once you kill Mumuepo, this will stop. That's why I recommend you just kill this first, but that's just me. And now we're getting with the program. We're killing Mumuepo first. Just took a little bit of trial and error, you know. I mean, we're doing really good here. I got targeted again. So, you know, you don't have to run out as soon as, but I just always do it to make sure that I do get out of it, because I played the whole danger, you know, my name is Danger, you know, thing too much, where I just go, I can get out of it, and then, no, you waited too late. Okay, now this one I remember going, oh, I'm stuck, because it's all the way on the other thing and nobody's over there. I guess I'll just get hit by this. I can't do anything. Nope. These guys, they got my back. They know what's up. That's why I said this was such a very fun run, just because you could tell these guys were on the same page. And it reminded me why I love my free company guild runs so much, even though I haven't been in one. It was like I was living vicariously by being part of their free company run. No, but I don't know, I'm just trying to come up with things to say, quite honestly, at this point in the video, because it's been 25 minutes of me talking about absolutely nothing. But hell, that's the way I like it. So, at 20-some%, I don't think anything really changes. It's just... he's done. I waited a little too late with the limit break. I didn't expect his health just chunk that much, as it did, but... oh well. That is it. You know, a lot of farewells. It was a fun run. I got 3 commendations. That's how I knew they were a pre-made. Because if you ever get 3 commendations out of 4 people, odds are it was a pre-made and they just wanted to give you the commendation. Probably didn't help that I was actually, you know, sociable during the whole run, so... yeah. Yay! Heavy Dark Light armor, even though I think that's not really any good anymore. Yay! Probably should have needed on the reagents, but doesn't really matter to me. I'm not a big crafter anyway. Anyway, guys, that is Halatali hard mode. I don't think you can go turn that in. I think that's just it. So, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you next time in Eorzea. Farewell, everyone. Until next time.